Well, big congratulations to me. 100th episode of the KC Happy Camper Whisky Fireside Chat. Wow. 2016 to 2022. Long time. A lot of people I talked to. A lot of topics I've talked about. Some great time. And what great time to put it together when you're suffering from a head cold at home. Oh my lord. Welcome to the winter season. I'm having a hot toddy. Some Irish whiskey. And some lemon. And some honey. And some sadness. But happiness to put this together. It's kind of fun to do this when you're suffering from a head cold, drinking your hot toddy. Anyway, I'm blabbing. Enjoy. It's been a great ride, and hopefully that ride continues. So here I am at my first attempt at the Happy Camper Whisky Fireside Chat. That's my daughter being my daughter. It's a whiskey side chat, so I'm hoping for a whiskey sponsor, if you're wondering. What I'm having tonight is just a blend with some ice, because you're allowed to have ice with a blend.
Dad, stop drinking whiskey! Taking this bottle away.
Say something to the camera!
Say something! I'm giving up on you!
Whiskey Fireside Chat number 2. So we got some J&B, and the reason why I chose this whiskey for number 2 is that...
Because it's cheap. If you'd have told me we were going to have a chat, I would have come dressed for the occasion.
I know, he usually wears a Speedo. You have a whiskey? What whiskey do you have?
I have Tullamore Dew.
It's not, but tell the truth. Tell the story. We
don't really know what it is. But
I got this new whiskey. It's called Cork, I think, but we're not sure. I didn't want to embarrass myself about knowing the whiskey I got. So, oh man, we're really hot in this hot tent. It's really hot in this tent. Holy jump! We got the door
open.
open.
We're trying to cook, and it's
Yeah.
Oh,
that. Oh, that's good.
hot stew's going to be good.
Yeah. Where are we, Andy?
We're in heaven. Floating about, sipping on whiskey.
The heat. I don't know if I can make it. You should have lost the camel. Sorry. Yes?
I know how he learned. He watched Evelyn Callan videos. That's how he learned.
That's actually
That's how anybody would learn.
not true, actually.
What? What? Take that whiskey off him. Good Lord.
Here we are in Sudbury. It was minus 36 this morning, minus 47 wind chill. It's warmed up to probably minus 30. I'm home. I just drove back from Sudbury, a 6-hour drive. Shouldn't have took 6 hours, but it's a 6-hour drive, so I'm having a wee bit of Jameson. What happened to your beard?
It's pretty cold outside today.
And we don't. Sure, you have to tell them. I'm going up that hill.
It's how he keeps hydrated. He just melts
recycled.
it and drinks it. True North and strong.
These people in the north they're tough. I mean, look at this hat. It's just as cold at minus 50. Like, I think once you reach minus 20, you can't get any colder. Look at that. They got this. Oh, they got the sticks. Yeah.
We got the booze.
I know. Look what they found in my stove.
We can't tell exactly what's going to happen quite yet.
Always looking at that. The dogs are getting along. Hello, I'm Nancy. How are you? Lightweight grill. Now, the students that had this one, they put rocks to the side, logs to the side, and just built a campfire and put the pot in there. They did really well because it was a windy day, so I think the oxygen content in the fire really got the thing boiling. Or maybe they're really good students and good leadership abilities and good communication, good team building, or whatever. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, quiet on set.
Right. Welcome to Whiskey Chat. No, Whiskey Fireside Chat. Like we're talking about
Nice.
your experience in the outdoors, because you and I were chatting about this, and yeah, you have lots of experience out there.
It's mysterious. A lot of people are wondering, Kevin,
Yeah,
what my experiences. Yeah, well, I lived for 3 months inside the corpse of a donkey. It was actually a donkey, Kevin.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Woo. Woo. She's hot.
This is why we dress in layers, Kevin.
Oh, but let's talk serious now. Seriously.
Seriously, Kevin.
Seriously.
People want to see me get serious.
No, yeah. Let's shake on the idea that you and I will help promote
Right.
safety and ethics out there this year.
Safety and sobriety
Yes.
in the outdoors.
Right,
Correct.
right.
Sweetest brown of the brown liquors. I bet. Kevin, where do you keep the Doritos? We need a snack. We need snacks. You and I need snacks. I want a snack.
What is it? Asian craft beer barrels. Oh! Yeah, it's a different taste than the real original Jameson. Good to have a little bit. Wouldn't have it all the time. First of all, sugar maple is more of a tree. Red maple is more of a bush. You cut it down, it'll grow back up. But oh, hey Jet, how you doing? That's the neighbor's dog. It's like 100 years old and it should die soon, but it hasn't died yet, and they don't know why. I'm here at the Midwest Mountaineering Show, about to give a presentation, but someone gave me a bottle of whiskey, so we're not doing the presentation.
I have a question for all of you.
Yeah.
What was your biggest blunder and how do you handle it?
What's the biggest blunder and how do you handle it? I've never had any blunders out there. Everything goes perfect. These are Osprey. Osprey makes amazing backpacks. So I got some compression socks from them, like them. Oh, it's exhausting. I gotta have. Oh. Okay. And I had tea in this, right? Just to make you feel better. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Jesus. Oh, God. Just playing drums, why not? I play drums on a Saturday afternoon.
Oh, look at the mist. Look at the mist coming
I know,
in.
really? We're in Scotland.
Must be Irish mist.
Yeah.
Ah, but Jesus.
Irish mist.
Yes.
Oh,
God.
speaking of the Irish and the English.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Yeah, what is that all about? He put a English flag on my tent.
Yep. Your dad will be
oh, my
frowning upon
father's
that.
ghost will be over you.
Bears that come near there, they'll see them Union Jacks and go, whoa, don't mess with them boys. They're from England.
You're so full of it.
I know. Still don't like this separate tent thing. It just doesn't seem right. Good night, Kevin!
Good night, Ashley. Have a good sleep.
Yeah. Kevin!
Get out of my tent.
Come back to me! No! We were having a chat there last night around the campfire, and we were on about different things and stuff, and Kevin was saying, well, one of the issues he has when he goes to presentations is something that he always forgets to do. And we're just, don't you dare! Don't look at this! Look at him! Good Lord!
Come on, I didn't know I had that. Right, this is my Kip. Palling with him for many years, and oh, what do you got?
Oh, Irish Misk.
Maybe in a Canadian club.
That's because they come in nice bottles.
It's
nice
disguised.
plastic bottles.
Hey,
What I got?
But here's a question, Mike, from the audience. Did that leak?
Nope.
There you go.
Every year this happens.
We opened up that barrel just now, and I'm like, what can I smell? And you're like, oh, I don't know. What could it be? And sure enough, at the bottom of my barrel is his whiskey, and it's all spilt.
Welcome to Whiskey Fireside Chat number 14. Who thought we'd get to number 14? Oh, gee. And it's good whiskey. The whiskey's getting better. What was the easiest?
Probably the Opeongo one first year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a big lake to paddle though, wasn't it?
I was in the kayak that year.
Oh! Oh, wait a minute!
I didn't have a
Oh, I didn't know that!
It's in the pictures.
You were in a kayak looking for a canoe paddle for a paddle to park contest.
Got me there.
Oh my God! Give me that back! Do you know what I call kayakers?
No, I don't.
Canoeists that didn't get along with their canoe partner. Do you actually paddle with other people?
Not often.
No?
I solo in the canoe most of the time.
That's very interesting.
So here's a new paddle, and but this is one actually. Yeah, I left it. It's got.
We're here out in the wilderness on Bridge North in Chemong Lake. There's a siren. There's a septic tank being pumped out. Sorry. No, again, what kind of oil is this?
This is Badger wood oil, which is 100% natural
which
hemp
you can
oil.
buy off Badger.
Yeah, and you can.
Which is Badger Canoe. difference between oiling your paddle and varnishing your paddle, and why Mike is just a great guy to hang around with.
It's a warm day to be beside a fire.
And I'm sweating. Are you sweating?
Yeah.
We got my mother, Evelyn Callan, Evelyn Lang Callan. She's from Scotland, Edinburgh.
That's right.
We're gonna have some Irish whiskey for Dad because he would find this hilarious. My mother decided to visit. She doesn't tell me when she's leaving.
No, and I never will.
Hey son, I'm coming out to visit. Okay, but I got the things to do. I won't get in the way, don't worry dear. So you showed up at the Toronto show, right?
Yes.
And hi Kevin! And then I went to sign books. You were signing my books.
I know.
With your name.
I know.
Yes. So what are you doing? She goes, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. This one you have to read. Hazley, back in the 70s, I believe, maybe 80s, but I'm guessing the 70s. He went to go across Canada by foot and by canoe, and with a bunch of buddies. They left him on the second day. He kept going, met a dog, a wild dog. The dog continued to go with him. He met a photographer along the way as well. Finished the trip, went back to New York, couldn't handle dealing with his life. The dog died, he committed suicide. Book was never written until the editor put all the stuff together and finished it 10 years later. Amazing. Magnetic North. Right.
Okay.
Guess who stayed at my place last night? She was about to camp on the river in Peterborough, where all the, well, a lot of drug activity happens. So I was like, no, don't sleep there.
Peterborough.
No, come with me. You don't know me, but come on, stay at my place.
Yeah, they call me Happy. In effect, what time has shown us, what 400 years later has shown us, is those values were right. And so, I mean, in part, that's what I've learned anyway in just being out there for 1 year, is that, really science and technology without traditional ecological knowledge is a child without a parent. And it's time for us to grow up a little bit.
I'm speechless. For once in my life, I got nothing to say.
That's my sage.
And you are burning that every morning along the trail?
Yeah, I don't burn it when I come off the trail, and I do come off the trail. Right now, when I go through communities, I meet people like you. I have these wonderful exchanges, and I get caught up in that. But when I go back, it's part of it's just to get me back into that place of, I like to just remind myself that the earth is sacred, and the trees are sacred. And I just say a little prayer, and I hold space for all the murdered Aboriginal women in Canada. And for me, those women are the daughters of the ancestors, and it just seems really appropriate to hold space for them as I go out to the land that was once theirs, that they so kindly shared with us.
She hasn't left yet. What day is it now?
It's actually just, I was only off 1 day.
Okay, everybody, quiet on the set. This is take 18. My God. How does anybody work with you, Kevin? Impossible. Okay, as I told you before, precious genius, make sweet love to the camera. Okay, everybody quiet and action.
No, you're good. You're good. Don't panic. You got it? Light the birch bark. Never panic. Don't ever panic in the woods.
Dang it. Oh. Get going.
Ow, I just burnt myself.
We found the paddle.
What paddle?
The Happy Campers.
Happy Camper Paddle? Every year they say, hey, hide a paddle. And then when people find it, and they win prizes. Here I am! I'm in Wales! There's chickens running around the kitchen! Okay, wait, did we have one for dinner?
We did the other night.
Very good one. Very good one. Very good one.
A book.
This is called Canoeing, Ray Goodwin. He sold, 7,000 copies in the UK and 3 in Canada. What's wrong with you, Canada?
Here today, Kevin so kindly has lent me one of those really cool frontier tents that made of canvas and have a little wood stove in them. Take the time to meet people along the way. Have exchanges with those people. They are as much a part of that landscape as the rock and the tree and the earth and the wind, and chances are years and years and years and years later, that's what you're going to remember anyway, are the people that you met and those exchanges that you've had,
Well, Kai, I hope we're still rolling. Did we run out of film? It's still going?
13 minutes left.
Still a little red dot?
Yeah.
Because she just had the meaning of life right there. And we didn't... Here we are, James. Oh, here we are. Yeah. I see you know how to light a fire then. Why am I talking Scottish? I don't know. The whiskey choice for this topic, it should be a Canadian.
If it's not right, Waddy, we're not talking.
It should be Canadian, but you know, that's an obvious one. And I thought we should have the Scotch because you're Scotch. I thought I would choose a Canadian or American bourbon because they need all the help they can get.
That makes perfect sense, Kevin.
While I'm getting this open, you tell everybody why we're here.
Bourbon. Just before our board meeting. Perfect.
Well, you know, professional. We're in the bug shelter. We're not doing a fireside chat like normal because we're going to have a fire later on, maybe at midnight when the bugs die down. But we're in the bug shelter because we are intelligent individuals.
We might be too drunk by then.
Yeah. You're filming our feet. Well, now you are.
Now I am.
Yeah. Northern Scavenger. Check out their videos and check out the Still River because they survived in a Coleman canoe. I don't know how they did it. Kyle, how's it go? That's a lot of whiskey for a kiddo. Okay, that's a lot of whiskey there. Oh my lord. Okay, because this is a special occasion, I'm getting one of my favorite whiskeys out. Balvenie Double Wood. Very excited to actually come back to the world of being a published author. Because you're very important when you're a published author. Facebook said I was 54 yesterday, and I celebrated it as well because of that, and hence the 2 bottles of Redbreast.
Huntsville.
Oh yeah, I know we're in Huntsville.
Ontario.
So there's the resort.
Hidden Valley Resort.
Oh yeah, it's Hidden Valley.
Because there's a ski hill right over there.
That's why I didn't know it was called Hidden Valley. So yeah, we're.
You found your way.
They asked me to speak and show my film on the Scotland's Bay River and the whiskey tour I did. We're good. Oh, that's we're good. All right, we're doing a whiskey safari. While we drive along, we're going to see some wild whiskey running into the fields. We paddled years ago.
Over 20 years ago.
Oh my lord! I got a walker.
I don't believe that for a minute.
Well, you got a whiskey for us. We're doing a whiskey fireside chat number. I forget the numbers all the time, but
this is a lovely Glenlivet that you can't even buy in Canada.
So you tried to get me to have this at the park, and I said that's illegal, and I said no. And then your very attractive girlfriend put what's it called, a handkerchief around my glass.
She did.
You got a good story, but before we start, I'm going to give you some whiskey. You love whiskey, don't you?
No, I don't. Could I have a glass of wine?
No, it's a whiskey fireside chat.
Tamdu?
Okay. Andy gave me this, my buddy.
Uh-oh.
Well, or do you want bourbon?
I'll try that.
Really?
Well, whiskey is whiskey, right?
Her and I met over a year ago. This is our second Christmas together, I guess, eh?
Yes.
Where are our hats?
Oh!
Nothing like a good trip to the dollar store. That's our date for today.
It's always a good day with you, Kevin. Oh God. Oh. Oh man.
No.
Hoi.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, don't spill it, Kevin. Don't. I actually bought this whiskey months ago for this occasion. It's my favorite whiskey. Well, I got lots of favorite whiskeys, but this is one of my favorite. And it's expensive, so I'm not going to drink it all the time. Oh, this is the one whiskey I tried when I was on the Spey River. I really, really enjoyed it. Cheers! Cheers to yourself, Kevin. Okay, Once Around Algonquin, an epic canoe journey. Oh, book number 18. Jim, what is this?
Well, this is my 17-foot Prospector that they're fixing up because it's in serious need of some TLC, to be perfectly honest with you.
And it's Scotch, but it's made in BC, so I like the cork. That's pretty cool. I'm going to pour it in this glass, which is a Happy Camper glass. Just so we let you know, I do whiskey fireside chats all the time, but I'm not the Dean Martin of the canoe world. I'm sober most of the time of my life, and I was sober when I said, you can have my canoe.
Hey Kev, see ya.
What's going on? What's going? No! 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 We're not taking my canoe! No! We're not taking my canoe! When I'm watching your video, because I actually love filming, but I don't have the experience you do, and I'm just like, oh, she got the shot! Right?
Yeah. What I'm always impressed with Chris is that she not only gets the shot, but when I'm watching it, I get the same feeling inside that I got when I was out there. And I think that's really difficult to do. And like, I still don't know how you actually do it, but it's impressive. I'm grateful.
All right, cheers.
I had to check the camera. It's getting a little cold. The battery isn't doing well. So hurry up and tell us. Why Crown Land?
Why Crown Land? Because you don't have to book, you don't have to make reservations, you don't have to keep to a schedule. You can move whenever you like or stay as long as you like in a spot, up to 21 days. You don't have to keep to a schedule because you're worried that you've booked a site or you've booked a lake and other people are expecting that spot to be free after you said you were going to be gone. So your travel is can be more spontaneous.
So the whole Frontenac Arch Biosphere, as it's called, is essentially, if you think of it as like a bridge connecting the northern Canadian Shield and then going into the Appalachian Mountains into the south, the Thousand Island Group, and then down into the mountain ranges in the south. So it's unique. If you drive up from Kingston, you don't notice it so much coming in from the north, but if you drive up through Kingston, it's like you're driving across, farmers' fields, and all of a sudden you just hit this road, and if you've driven that road, you just go downhill, and all of a sudden it's like you're in a different world.
What did we just hear?
Pack of coyotes. It was good.
They're gonna kill us?
Probably.
As you see in the video, we got a new bit of a tangle there in the spring melt.
Then we were presented with a long winding brook that was open and on our path.
Welcome to another Whiskey Fireside Chat with Happy Camper and H of the dog. Oh, you Kevin, I know. All right, well, it's kind of a special one for me. I want to cheers to my speaking tour, spring speaking tour. I do this every year for I don't know how many years, and I go all over the place, all over across North America and even the UK to present on wilderness. Oh, that's a lovely sound.
What a genius! So many bestsellers. I wonder if he's here, signing books. It's so exciting. I can't wait. What a joke. A clown.
No, like this.
Frank!
Kevin, how's it going?
Well, you look very comfortable in your isolation.
Well, I was invited for a whiskey fireside chat, so I'm prepared. Actually, this is how I'm spending my entire self-isolation. Me, my robe, and some whiskey.
I'm pushing record right now, Jerry.
Class 1, Class 2, maybe 3 or 4.
But I'm Class 5 and so much more.
Okay, I'm recording now, Paul. This is all... First of all, we're matching.
It's a nice walk in the woods here. Just making plenty of noise because I'm on my own. And you never know where there might be a bear. Not that I'm particularly worried about bears, but I think it's good to make plenty of noise. I'm then into a bunch more rapids and stuff, and I don't want to be going down there tonight. It's going to be getting dark. Almost an Ask Paul Kirtley rant there. Bit of, for those of you that are hankering after those. Yeah, I just don't like I know it sounds a bit wishy-washy, but I just don't feel like the feel of the place.
the YouTubers. Oh my Lord. You know, in the old days, back in the day, as we said, it was there's those people that write the books and do the films on paddling. Now it's just YouTubers.
This is the type of day that makes you feel really lucky just to be alive. The world's messed up, especially environmentally, but when you're out here connecting with nature, you can't help but feel like you want to fight for it, do anything to protect it. If you are someone who cares about nature or you enjoy nature, you have a huge opportunity to help shape the future. Nature is too precious to throw away.
Adam Russo's in the house!
Hello, everybody.
Sun goes down, memories arise, evening air blows cold, like voices in the sky.
Brad, we're recording.
We're live, eh?
Woo!
Excellent.
Not live, we're pre-taped live. I mean, yes. No, we're live, Brad. Okay, I'm recording now, guys, because I got the cheap version of Zoom, so I'm only got 40 minutes for you guys, okay? Like, all the other people went on and on and on.
We have had to make some moves today that have just been a little risky.
Very steep entrance down into this gorge.
Been our first humbling moment on the river today. Definitely something that we'll want to be a little bit more cautious of as we continue on.
Crunch down in the back corner of my mouth. Out came 2 pieces of my teeth.
Lean right, lean right, lean right.
There's so many things that challenge you both physically and mentally, but the rewards that you get make it all worth it.
Oh my God.
Kevin. Great. How are you doing?
Good. I'm good. And I see you have your guitar.
I'm seldom without it. We got great big cities, but a lot of trees and rocks. Yeah, the winter's cold here. Wear 2 pairs of socks. There's half the world's fresh water to paddle your canoe or camp along the shoreline. It's what we like to do in Canada.
First of all, just laugh for a second.
Oh, I can't laugh like on spec. I mean, I kind of can, but it'll sound really fake. You want me to do it?
Well, no, I'll get you laughing.
How's that?
That's how you became Cackle TV, right?
Exactly, yeah.
The Aleutian Islands, Alaska, renowned for bad weather. This rugged volcanic archipelago stretches like a broken bridge from Russia to Alaska along the Pacific Ring of Fire. The archipelago is rarely visited due to its remoteness and dangerous seas, yet we're attempting to be the first people to kayak 1,500 miles along the desolate, wild.
Slunchava for the Scottish,
right?
Yaki Dal for the Welsh.
Blackbush, yeah, you're very good, very good. Well, I actually, yeah, you've turned me onto the whiskey as well, even though I shouldn't really be drinking whiskey, but I have a very simple, nice, I have a little Jameson for you today.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, nice and easy to drink. So, sláinte.
Hi, I'm Patrick Kelly, and I'm the current president or director, we usually say here, of the Kelly Kettle Company, which is based here in the west of Ireland.
I'm not going to open any of the $300 scotch.
No, I don't do that. Yeah, well,
but we've got writer's tears here.
That's good. That's good. Don't start crying. Don't show yourself. All right, ready?
Pleasure.
This is what we're getting right now. This is what we're worried about, and all these areas that were left unprotected in Temagami now being picked away slowly.
The whole notion of protecting the wilderness, it's sort of incidental, and it was part of my own personal makeup, I think, to try to protect things that I held in esteem or value, and Temagami was my protectorate. And I saw a lot of travesty at the time, accelerating logging, going on clear-cut logging. The technique in logging had changed from hauling prime timber out by horse, select logging, to mass clear-cutting. And I saw these beautiful canoe routes disappearing in Temagami.
Forest management in Ontario.
The fish may have been the stars of the movie, but they were a bit of a pain. They followed my canoe around, and they got in the way of the shots. We lost a lot of shots because their little eyeballs were looking into the camera lens. It was kind of cool, but and I couldn't judge the depth.
Oh,
really, I don't hate fish.
What were you thinking? You're so mean.
I am not.
Freddy the fish, we call him. James, I'm recording.
Kevin, good to see you. I just have to, I've got my big fire behind, but I wanted to light a fire just for you. This is a brand new beeswax candle from the market we got last year. Ooh. Yeah. Hi, buddy.
To travel by canoe is to ponder where we came from, where we are, where we're going, who we were, who we are and who we can be. Suspended between the world above and the world below, stillness in harmonic motion. These are the paddle's promises. To paddle is to plug into the energies of the place, the land, the air, the water, the ancestors, the children who are yet to be born. The paddle connects us to all of that. To pull is to connect to the river itself, but also to the lands it nourishes, to be there, to be connected as a mix of Canadians new and old. If it is love that binds people to places in this nation of rivers and in this river of nations, then one enduring expression of that simple truth is surely the canoe.
Colin!
Hello.
You made it.
Yes.
You paddled all the way around the UK.
Yes. Yeah.
How many days? How long was that?
Yeah, 86 days. 2000. Kevin, before we start, do I need to pour a glass of whiskey?
Oh, yes.
Only Fools and White Horses tells the story of the first ever circumnavigation of the United Kingdom by an open canoe. I made this journey in the summer of 2017 with my nephew, Davis Gould Duff. We were in a 17.5-foot open canoe fitted with sails. Over 86 days we paddled and sailed this tiny craft over 2,000 miles on our way around the UK. Our voyage began in Lochsinnar on the beautiful west coast of Scotland. But soon we were in the open sea and our journey saw us battling through some of the most notorious stretches of water in the world, such as Cape Wrath and the Pentland Firth. I'm often asked what it was like to paddle a canoe around the UK. It was the most unbelievable adventure, but it wasn't easy. Long, hard and often brutal days. The weather and tides ruled. Big seas, tide races and merciless big ships. This was the norm. The decision to go out to sea in a canoe is serious, and the stress takes its toll and strains relationships. Davis and I were no exception. But the situations we paddled in were absolutely superb as we made our way along the most magical coastline. Spectacular cliffs, big skies, superb sunrises and sunsets, and beautiful beaches. So to answer the question, what it was like to paddle a canoe around the UK, I decided to write Only Fools and White Horses. It's a first-hand and honest account of two ordinary people against the odds. It's a story as much about people and places as it is canoeing.
Davis, that's the last boat I was captain of.
Michael P.
Is this today?
It is.
Oh, okay. Hi. I just happen to be sitting here as I do all day long now, waiting for someone to contact me. And thank you.
You sort of look like a mad hermit during a pandemic. Are you all right?
When you see a very big lake stop, face it, it's like 6 feet wide at the most through this huge forest that remains alive. It's like a ribbon of history.
All right, Jeffrey. All right. Montreal, 2,000 miles that way.
I'll bet that's cold.
I mean, people ask us why do we canoe as brothers, you know?
We tried it as sisters and it's just too uncomfortable.
Yeah, actually, it reminds me a lot of my brother Michael. But I sort of was thinking that our minds and our consciousness are in the late 20th century, but our bodies evolved over thousands of years. So there's something in there that draws us back to a more primitive existence. That's why I think that so many people feel that pull to come out to the wilderness.
Jim Stevens! Kevin! How the heck are you?
Doing great. So, as we were preambling earlier, I kind of wish that there was a bit more freedom to be in the outdoors, but it'll come in due time. So,
well, the big question is, you must have a spare tent hanging around, like Eureka, Canada, for heaven's sakes. Have you been camping in the backyard?
Halfway through the storm, gonna go inside. Not sure if you can hear the rain pounding on the outside of the fly sheet. But inside, perfectly dry.
Oh, it's Joe!
Hello.
Joe is a famous YouTuber.
We got everything ready. We saw the plane. The plane was like right there coming in hot. And then this storm kicks up and the plane leaves. We are soaked. You can hear the thunder. Everything we have is put away. We have no shelter. And the plane left. The plane is gone because it couldn't fly in the storm. So now, what?
It's hard to share a screen with this man. I'm sorry. Let's all Vogue with Andy.
Yeah, okay.
We can follow along. It's pretty easy. I gotta get closer. Oh, is he taking his shirt off?
Oh,
No, there is a Whalen camper.
dog.
As your grandma would say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Roy! Kevin! Roy McGregor! I gotta say, I'm a little nervous.
Well, I have your books on the shelf back in there. Do you want me to go get them to prove that I'm nervous?
No! Let's not be nervous together. Cheers!
Okay.
Canada's invented a lot of things. The Canadarm or kerosene or AM radio. And I thought, well, the canoe is the original Canadian invention, surely. And it's as valid today as it ever was. No canoe, no fur trade. No canoe, no exploration. No canoe, no romance for a great many people. And I started thinking more and more about it. It has no geographical boundaries, is completely ecologically sound, natural resources, even when it's at the end of its day, it returns to nature. Requires no fuel apart from human energy, and it basically can go anywhere.
Hey, we got the same kind of glass.
Look at that.
Hey, here you go, bud. What?
Woo. I got out the good stuff for you. Finally.
Oh, Belvini. Oh, very good. Yeah, Belvini double wood. That's very good.
Yeah.
Let's have a debate. What should we debate about tonight? It's our last night at the Quiet Water, or no, Quiet Adventure Symposium. What do you think about the world of paddling now?
The world of paddling now.
Like, are you?
I say we are the fringe of the fringe of the fringe.
And then usually what I look for when I'm doing it is for that water to start turning kind of a honey yellow. So we'll wait until it gets to that point and then partake of it.
And I brought something to sweeten it up.
My journeys became bigger and bigger, and people said to me, well, if you're a writer, why don't you write about your adventures? So I started doing that. And then I was paddling a kayak and some kayak-like boat from Japan to Alaska across the Pacific. And I bumped into this village. Well, it wasn't just I bumped in, we were paddling along and this storm comes up. There was this village, so paddle into the village and get out of our kayaks and, stretch, creaky, you've been in the boat for 10 hours. And this woman says, welcome, it's good to see you. The grandmother created the storm to bring you to her village. She wants to talk to you.
Just the feeling you get when you complete it is like every day when you get to camp and you've made it to your goal for the day, you just feel so incredible. Even though you're like broken and your legs are killing and your feet are swelling and you feel like you're not going to be able to move the next day, you just feel so incredible. Like it's unlike anything I can ever describe, really. Swing it onto your poles there, so it's totally resting off my shoulders and totally onto my poles, and it gives my shoulders a nice little break. Look, even hands-free.
Adam Schultz, he's in the house. Okay, so before we start this really important interview, because I don't know you, I've never really met you in person. I've read your stuff, seen your work in film and stuff like that, but we really never really chatted at shows and stuff like that. All I know is, do you like the beard or not the beard? Because there's moments where you got the beard and there's moments you don't.
I'm all about the variety. I think you got to switch up your look. You can't always be bearded, but nor do you want to be always smooth shaven. So I switch it up from here to there. And I think more when I'm in the wilderness, I grow the big beard, but then when I get back from the wilderness, I like to shave it off. So yeah.
One thing I'll say is, very sadly, my story is an extremely common one. I talked to probably hundreds of blind patients, and it's very, very similar. And in my case, I live up between Perth and Westport, Ontario, and 15 acres of forested land. And like you, nature lover or educator, I'm outside constantly, and I have been my entire life. And April of 2019. Gosh, typical thing. I was in the shower and I'm like, hey, what's that on my back? I could feel something, and then you get the mirror out and here's this engorged tick about the size of a pea on my back. And
the one thing I really liked about the first episode in the very beginning was you all had jobs given to you for the journey.
My name's Tim, and I was one of the 2 primary boat carriers on Canoe for COVID.
My name's Kalen, and I carried the barrel, as well as working on filming and our media promotion.
My name's Will Vise. I was the trip navigator and double pack carrier.
Hi, I'm Jacob, and I was the pack carrier and fisherman on the trip.
My name's George, and I was the trip chef, and I also carried the Wanigan.
My name is Nolan Aces, and I was one of the boat carriers and also the fire maker.
And is that a camp thing? Because I have a feeling you went to camp. Am I right? You all went to a camp?
Everybody's looking for a ride in the horse line.
David Pelly.
Greetings. Nice to see you, Kevin.
Well. We've met before at shows here and there, whatever. But yeah, I got to say, I don't know much about you. I know about your books. I have your books. I've read about it.
And I have yours, Kevin. So there you are.
Isn't this COVID amazing? We get to spend time together.
Exactly.
Man, this is amazing. So yeah, if you don't know who David Pelly is, you will after this interview. He has done incredible things in his life. Adam Schultz, cheers for scaring the living daylights out of me.
Well, thank you for having me back on the show.
I'm not going into the woods for a few days. I was going to do a nice fall trip, but I read your book and nope.
Hey, I'm here.
Campology. Deadly.
Yeah. Yes. My wife calls me the campologist.
Well, what is all of that? Like, before I get into all these questions, and by the way, cheers. It's 10 in the morning, so I'm having tea with some liqueur.
Well, I'm having some coffee, but I have this ready to go. So, ooh.
Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little while. So be here as the night starts falling. Let my fingers walk over your head. We is in your hand.
Paul, are you there?
No, I'm here.
Oh, there is Paul Curley.
People keep asking me, Kevin, like, how many kilometers did you paddle? And I don't know exactly because I stopped counting anything. I stopped counting how many kilometers I did in a day or how many days I was out there. Like, all of a sudden, that whole quantitative way of measuring a journey, well, even after 10 days on the journey, became kind of something I had to let go of.
We are literally portaging over a mountain.
And mental.
Cheers, everybody. A Whiskey Fireside Chat with Alex and Noah from Northern Scavengers. Once again, this is the second time. Isn't it true that to do something like Alone, you'd have to be a little crazy?
I like the term unique. But yes, I think if you are on Alone with the intention to win, you are at a phase in your mindset that you're willing to risk life and limb to the point where you get pulled out by someone saying that you cannot go, even though in your mind and your heart you're pushing. You got to be a little special.
Here he is. Oh my goodness gracious me. The winner of Alone Season 9, an author. You're an author now. You have a book. And I still can't pronounce your first name proper. What's your...
JP. You can call me JP.
No, that's not your name, JP. So how do you say it?
It's Juan Pablo.
And Shawn had this great idea that you would actually go and visit all the 5 Great Lakes in North America, 5 Great Lakes. Do it in one day. So Shawn, because it was your brainstorm idea that just bubbling out of your skull right there. Why? What were you thinking?
With a lure of wealth beyond human imagination.
This is over 100-year-old mystery. Heard this when I was a teenager. It's bigger than big time. It's legendary.
Here I am. I'm amidst legends.
No matter where I go to, it's always home again, to the rugged northern shore, and the days of sun and wind, in the land of the silver birch, cry of the loon. There's something about this country that's a part of me and you.
Oh, recording in progress. Did you hear that, Ian?
I did hear that, yes.
That's amazing.
I'm going to press continue.
There you go.
And we will be continuing. That's the black spruce, heart of the northern river. Through the glass on ripple clouds and trees I know. Black spruce, onward ever deeper. Calm this restless heart, soothe the restless soul.
It's amazing. I remember the first time I heard that, I said to myself, that person has obviously gone on a lot of canoe trips.